Hello and welcome to your reading. This is the Awakened Jenn. All right, so this is your energy forecast for the week of March 10th through March 16th. And I know that I have been doing these live and I've changed the format on you. So I've been rethinking some things, restructuring some things, and I actually have another video that I will link right here that can explain some of the restructuring that I've set into place. And so, I would like you to watch that and just kind of see the different things that I have offering now. But the energy forecast is something that I am going to keep in place because I've been enjoying it and I've felt like there's been good response with it. It's just a time that I get to share the upcoming astrology that is coming for the week, in which there's always something that's sort of shifting and affecting us. And I think that it's important for us to know, like when we see that's coming, it helps us to not panic when the things start happening in our lives. We see, oh, okay, that's the impact that we saw coming. We already saw that. It's like watching, the weather forecast. You see that on Thursday they're calling for rain. Now, there is likelihood that there's nothing that's going to happen on Thursday, right? But when you see that there's that possibility that there could be something, now it's on your radar for you to do something with. And so that's what we're trying to do, with all of this. All right. So if you are new to this channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. On this channel, we mainly talk about the spiritual path. That's my main focus, is to help you on your spiritual path. We talk about the spiritual awakening, we talk about ascension, we talk about healing the trauma from the past, the pain and the suffering that we've dealt with in our personal past, and then sometimes an ancestral past that we'll talk about as well. So, I mean, we span a lot of topics here, and including twin flame is another one. It's just anything that's focused on the spiritual path, that's what we're talking about. And all right, so let's just go ahead and start talking about what astrology is coming this week. We have, right now, we do still have 4 planets in Pisces, although it shifted a little bit from what it's been. So Mercury did finally move out of Pisces and it has moved into Aries. It moved in on March 9th, which was yesterday. But the moon is in Pisces today. And so today is the new moon in Pisces. So we still have Saturn, the sun, the moon, and Neptune all in Pisces right now. But the moon moves really quickly. It's going to be out of it just probably by the end of the day. I don't remember exactly how quick it moves through a sign, but it's fast. So the new moon in Pisces, though, it is conjunct with the sun. So that's going to make us all more sensitive to the emotions of others. So we're all going to be feeling this impact of this energy because, like I was showing you in a video a few weeks ago, when the sun comes into a sign, it's illuminating that sign. So when it's conjunct anything else, it's going to just extra expand that energy. So new moon in Pisces, we are exploring unconscious desires. And so I know I personally have had, and I think that this is part of why I've had all of these new ideas come up of how to restructure and redo all of this stuff, is my brain has just been going just all over the place. And it's just really getting that chance to just dream. Dream. How big can this thing really be? How big, how great can I, really, grow this idea? What is the, top of this idea? Our emotional confusion is at peak right now. So I've definitely been experiencing a lot of emotional confusion. That would probably be the best way to put the confusion that I've been feeling the most, is emotionally I've been confused. I can look at things logically, I can see and understand what's going on. I can look at things from a spiritual perspective and I can see and understand what's going on. But the emotions are the things that are not making any sense at all to me, because one minute they'll be just, high, the next minute they'll be bottomed out again. And this is a jump start to the future. So what do you believe is possible? Your belief is really what creates your reality. What you believe to be true is what will ultimately be true for you. So like, what is that phrase? There's a phrase that's coming to me. Whether you believe that you can or you can't, you will be correct either way, because it's whatever you believe. Your belief is what is going to base your actions. And, you know, that's going to create, your actions are what creates your reality. But it all starts with that core belief of what you even believe is possible. Because if you don't believe something is possible, you won't even put the effort in to try it. Okay. So we have Venus is in Pisces. It's moving into Pisces on 3/12. So by the end of this week, we'll have Venus now moving into Pisces, and it's been hanging out in Aquarius for the past. When did it go into Aquarius? I guess it's been there for most of February. So Venus in Pisces. It means that we could potentially miss red flags right now. We are in love with the idea of love, and we have a gullibility in love. There's just all of these illusions in love. So right now, if you are making new romantic connections, just know that you might be missing some red flags. You might be just, again, in love with the idea of love. And then Mercury has moved into Aries. It moved into Aries on 3/9, which was yesterday. So that is aligning words with actions. It is challenging us to be more direct and assertive, to see the world through new eyes. And so when a sign shifts from Pisces into Aries, you've really started a whole new cycle, because Aries is the start of the zodiacal wheel and Pisces is the end of it. So once you've completed that, once you've gotten all the way through, to Pisces, now we're starting over in Aries. We are starting fresh. We're seeing things from, a whole new lens, is what it's telling you now, to look at things from a new perspective. So Aries is the start. It's the baby of the zodiac. And so to look at things through that, how would a baby look at, the world? They haven't labeled, they haven't defined anything yet. When they first show up, they see their mother as just their mother. They don't have any, definition for what that means. We are creating the definitions every single day as we're living our lives. And sometimes we get the definitions wrong, because one mother that shows up very loving and attentive teaches this baby that this is what mothers mean. And so they will treat the world as though mothers are loving and attentive. But then you have another baby that the mother is neglectful and abusive. So now then this baby has to find mothers as something that is harmful to them. And they will treat the world as such as well. And so we're getting the opportunity now to look at things from that new perspective again. We're getting to look at, okay, wait, maybe I was wrong about the definition of what a mother is. Maybe a mother can be both of these things. Maybe, motherhood encompasses a lot broader of a scale than what I ever even imagined. Okay, so that is the astrology that we're dealing with this week. Now, coming up very quickly on the 19th is when we're moving, the sun is moving into Aries. So we'll talk about that next week as part of that astrology. And then we also have the full moon on March 25th that is an eclipse. So we've got a lot of other bigger astrology stuff that is coming up towards the end of this month that we will be talking about as it gets closer. But I wanted to go ahead and talk about the things that we're dealing with right here that's happened this week. And so this week, the things that we're dealing with today, we have that new moon in Pisces. We have, towards the end of the week, we have Venus moving into Pisces, which is going to make us a little bit gullible in love. And then we've got Mercury has moved into Aries, which is challenging us to be more direct and assertive and about aligning our words with our actions. Okay, so let's go ahead and take 3 deep breaths. We'll do the invocation to call in the spirit team, and then we'll start pulling cards for the message. All right, so breathe in 1, breathe in. 2, breathe in. That's 3. I now call in my angels, archangels, ascended masters, my higher self, and guardian angels to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. So be it. All right. So we're going to start by going over the angel numbers that I have encountered this week. So the angel numbers for this week are 1133, 1233, and 311. Angel number 1133 is about discovering your inner wisdom and nurturing your connection with something bigger than yourself. It's trusting in the universe to bring in what you need at the time that you need it. And so, like, the connection that I got with that is just really understanding that you are protected, you are guided. There is something greater than you that is at play. There is a plan, there is a purpose. You know, you are safe. You know, that's just, that one just kind of just, it was a very healing message that came out with that. 1233, trust the universe and stay positive. Fight for your goals. You are the only thing standing between you and success. You have what it takes. So this one was another one about trusting the universe. But this one was bringing in this, just a reminder to have confidence in who you are and what you were here to bring. 311, positive sign for soulmates. So we always talk about 211. 311, I feel like that there is some connection with that too. And so with 211, you have, you know, the masculine, the feminine. But I'm going to say with the 3, now we have that third, you know, that connects us now to source, connects us back to source is going to be what I'm going to connect with that. So remain confident and bold. Happiness is the compass that guides you to joy. Happiness is the compass that guides you to joy. So, like, that one really stuck out to me, because, like, we do constantly, you know, I don't know how to be happy. I don't know how to, like, find my peace. Find, like, it's the things that actually make you feel that. Like, those are the things that we tend to put off, you know, like, we'll know that something feels really good for us, that we want something, and we will still deny it for ourselves for whatever reason. We still deny it because, oh, well, I can't do that yet because of this. I can't go there because of that. I can't talk to this person because of this. We have all of these things, all of these different circumstances that we will use as excuses to not do the thing that actually makes us feel good. So happiness is the compass that guides you to joy. So you're just constantly making the choices, what feels best for me in this moment. Now, we do want to understand the impact that we're making on the people around us. We can't just choose all the time, well, this is what feels good for me right now. And it doesn't matter how it impacts the people around us. We want the highest good for all. But we do have to do the thing that feels the best for us as well, if we're going to find the joy. Okay. So I'm going to pull a card from the Angel Guides Oracle. All the messages are intended for your highest good. And anything you need to hear, I intend for that to come out in this reading today. compassion. So this week we are working with compassion. Your angels are wrapping a light of compassion around you at this time and guiding you to let go of conflict or the need to prove your point. The more you resist and fight, the unhappier and more drained you will be. Pointing out mistakes or mishaps or concentrating on the negative traits or actions of others will only hold you back. Don't let the unjust actions of others block your experience of joy and freedom. Take time to review where in your life you may be feeling held back or even consumed by frustration and anger, and ask your guides to shine their light upon the situation. Okay, so resist the urge to need to be right. I feel like you're going to have to make some choices in this coming week that are just not going to make people happy. That's just not going to be, what other people want to see for you or want to see for them. So, like, that, I'm connecting it back to that 311. The happiness is the compass that guides you to joy. So, I feel like that a lot of times we spend way more time when we're making decisions about where we need to go next, what we need to do for ourselves. We spend more time thinking about, well, how are other people going to think and feel about this? What's the impact? Is it going to be, a burden on someone else? Are they going to, like, we're constantly thinking about it from that perspective. The compassion that we're missing is usually the compassion for ourselves. We usually are good about having compassion for other people, but we don't have compassion for what is it that we want. And then we're the ones who are sitting here having to live with the consequences of the choices that we are making or the choices that we're not making. But we're the ones that's living with it no matter. And I did one of the readings for the zodiacs, and that was the message of that one. I want to say that was the Aquarius one, where it was clear that they were having to make a decision that, they either did the thing that made them happy or they did what made everybody else happy, but then they ended up cheated out in the long run. So that's what we're not going to do. That's what we're not going to do. We're going to have that compassion for ourselves in this. All right, so we're going to get guidance from the Divine Masters. What messages do the Masters have for us? We have Sanat Kumara, open channel, signs, codes, downloads, and sacred information. So we are going to be getting information in this week. And Isis, reclaiming magic, call back your power and what is rightfully yours. So yeah, we've got something opening up for us this week. Hearing high-pitched noises, seeing flickers of light, and having a sense that beings are visiting you in sleep or meditations are all signs that you are receiving downloads from heaven. Right now, you are an open channel to source codes and information that can help you understand how your life can be more aligned and with the energy and the purpose of how your life can be more aligned to the energy of purpose and meaning. If you are feeling highly psychic or intuitive or are feeling a particular message rising from within, this card is here to help you trust that what you are receiving and encourage you to follow through with the guidance. Whether you are experiencing more signs, downloads, or spiritual experiences than usual, or it's an entirely new experience for you, it's important to take some time in contemplation and meditation now. Signs are wondrous moments, but it's also important to reflect on them, for they can have a crucial life affirming information that will support you on your path. Know that you are being guided and were born to be a light. And so this happens a lot for me is that I will have people message me, hey, I saw this number, what does this mean? Or I saw this, what does this mean? Or I had this dream, what does this mean? And I always respond with the same response to this is, did you ask your guides? Did you go in meditation and ask, what does this mean? Because if those things are popping up into your awareness, there's a reason why that popped up. And so, just anytime something catches your attention, whether it's a number or it's a symbol or it's just something caught you, and it caused you to go, huh, that feels like something. That feels like something. You'll know it because it stopped you. Then take that moment and just breathe in and ask your guides, what was the message of that? What was I supposed to take from that? And then just sit with it. Just sit and wait for the first thing and let it just whatever that first, don't sit and try to analyze what's coming to you. Just let the first thing come to you. And so, like, we can sit here right now and just kind of scan the room for just what's the first thing that catches your attention. And so I'm just looking and okay. So I've got something. I've got this yellow nerds bag has caught my attention. And so we're just gonna sit, breathe in. All right, so what's the message of that? Why did that capture my attention? And the first thing is it's bright. It's something that makes me laugh. I'm not laugh, smile. It brings joy. It's vibrant. So you just sit and you just let those words come to you and don't overthink that. Just whatever the word is, let it come out. Let it come out. And it could just be words, it could be pictures, it could be a feeling. Just inspect that because we all take in let's see 111. We all take in this information in different ways. So like when we talk about the clairs, that's the difference of the clairs. It's like when I say that I'm clairaudient, I get information in an audible way. So like if you get the high pitched ringing, that's clairaudience. If you get, actual words, if you hear it from like as I'm reading these books, as I'm reading the words, it's unlocking things for me. I'll get messages just based off of the words that I'm saying. So that's clairaudience. Claircognizance is it's just a knowing. Like there are ways that I will get information and I have no idea where it came from, how it got there. Just I know this, and it usually hits me just like here. But it's just I mean, you just know it, and it's out of nowhere. Downloads for me typically come in. I mean, I do feel them here, and it's just like it's almost like a stream of information will hit super fast, and then like I have to kind of process that back out. What else? Claire sentience is where I feel like all of a sudden I will just start feeling, whatever the emotion is, something that it's about the feeling. It's a feeling that will come over. And then clairvoyance is the one that I have the least of, and that is clear seeing. So like that's when you get those pictures in your head, or you'll start seeing almost like a movie going, like I have had visions, but that's the one that I get the least of. But that's the way that you are getting the information. So like when you're sitting there letting it come to you, don't judge it. So I can't even tell you how it's going to show up to you. The way that it showed up to me was just the words were coming. I was hearing the words that were coming, but it's going to show up to you in however you receive it. And so allow that, and like start paying attention to how that is showing up for you so that you can know where you can develop those skills more. Okay, so Isis. It's time to be your whole self. The parts of yourself that have had to be left behind are now ready to return. This is a time to stop playing small and to step back into your greatness. If you feel something or someone has pushed you away from your most authentic self, the power of magic is guiding you to take the reins back into your own hands. Don't let anything or anyone stop you from being who you were born to be. Let your voice be heard. Let your gifts be seen. Let your power be revealed. If you feel that you have lost or forgotten parts of yourself due to situations beyond your control, know that these fragments are not lost, but waiting to be reclaimed. Call it back, call back all the fragments of your innocence, gifts, talents, vulnerability, heart, and anything else that might be out there in the universe. This is a powerful moment of spiritual awakening, and the world is here to be your witness. Welcome home to yourself. So you are going to get to call back your power. You're going to get to step in and be more authentic from this point forward as we are recognizing the information that's coming in and who we are. Like that's giving us, that information is giving you more insight as to who you were, who you are, and what you were put here to do. And so reclaiming that, it's time to step back into your power. Step back into who it is that you were put here to do, to be. All right. We're going to use the Mermaid Tarot. We're going to pull a 3-card spread. This is just going to show me the timeline that we are on right now. And then we'll get some guidance from there as to what to do with that. So what is going on for us this week of March 10th through March 16th? What's going on with us this week? Oh my word. Okay. This is a good week. Wow. So we've got the King of Wands. This, when we're talking about stepping into your power, he's stepping into his power. This is his confidence regained. This is, I'm going after that thing that I want. The Judgment card. This is a calling that has been placed on your life. It's about a decision that has been made. The Empress. So will you receive it? This is about the divine feminine. This is about the life that you're creating. This is that life force energy. But this is also about receptivity. This is about being in your power in this powerful way of knowing what is yours and allowing it to come to you. And then we have the Four of Wands. This is long-term commitment. This is the twin flame card. This is the 1111 card. This is about marriage. This is celebration. This is happiness. Like, we are really, this is a big change from where we've been. I'll tell you, this is a big change in the energy. Wow. So tell me about this decision. The Nine of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so the Nine of Cups is, this is a gift that has been given to you. This is a gift from the universe. The Five of Cups is, it's that regret. It's a regret over, okay. And the Two of Pentacles is also about a decision. So I'm seeing that, I think this is something that you didn't think was going to happen, just based off of this card right here. I think that you thought that this was just kind of out of, that this gift was sort of out of the picture. I don't think you thought this was going to happen. All right. But it is coming together, whether you see it or not. All right. What's your best move forward? Four of Cups, that's about missed opportunities. The Page of Pentacles, this is manifesting in a new opportunity. So this is something that you want. And the Three of Wands is something that you've been waiting for. So the Four of Cups, this is something that you felt like you had missed out on. So again, this is the message that's pretty clear, is that you did not think that this was going to happen. You wanted it. You definitely wanted it. This is something that you have been manifesting. But you counted it out. You did not think this was happening, but here it is. You don't even see it. There it is. So now we're just waiting for it. This is about your expectations. I don't think you expected this to happen. Okay, what does this situation look like in 1 week? We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Six of Cups. So the Nine of Pentacles is that harvest coming in. That is the prosperity. That is abundance. The Queen of Wands, that's passion. This is a very magnetic, charismatic person. She gets what she wants. And the Six of Cups, that is a past life connection. So this could be someone returning from the past. Wow. This definitely has already given a lot of twin flame energy here. So with the Empress, the Four of Wands, and the Six of Cups, that's a lot of twin flame energy. We've got the King and Queen of Wands. That's a pair that's coming out. So, I mean, this very well could be a twin flame reading that has just popped up for me. So, you don't see this coming. You do not see this coming. All right. What I'm going to use the Manifestation Oracle just to close this out. So 122. All right. So what guidance do we need to help us bring in our highest, best timeline? To have and to hold. Healthy relationships are formed through love rather than need. It is such a human thing to hold on to others through fear and insecurity. But this dynamic can stifle a relationship's potential to flourish and actually push someone away. Give your relationship the freedom it needs to form a healthy foundation of trust. Okay. So I do feel like that this is absolutely a twin flame connection coming together. And the one thing, that we do know about twin flame relationships is that whole runner chaser thing. So the runner is running not because they don't like, don't care about, don't love, you know, the chaser. And I don't want to use masculine and feminine because I feel like that these can swap, these roles can swap just depending on where we're at in the process. So the way that these work is that once the partners come together and they trigger each other, that soul recognition, it's usually, and I mean, just look at these two people right here. We've got the King and Queen of Wands. The level of passion is at the highest level of intensity. And it's too much. It's typically too much for like the one, typically the masculine, to handle. And so it causes them to repel, push back, because like the feminine comes on just like, oh my gosh, like this is everything I ever wanted. And they feel it causes like some sort of like, they know that they are just human. They can't live up to this high expectation that the feminine seems to put for them. And so like that's, I think, the biggest part that the masculine is dealing with is this imposter syndrome of, she has put me on this pedestal so high that I can never live up to that. So I'm inevitably going to let her down. And I might as well just let her down now before I get my feelings involved and get myself hurt in the process, because I'm human. I'm going to mess up. I'm going to, make stupid mistakes. And so I think that that's what I'm getting out of this, is just like this connection. When it comes together, we need to be careful not to let the codependency, issues that we've had in the past, and understanding because that's like the biggest thing that these relationships are teaching, is that love is not possession. Love does not mean possession. You can look at it outside with the plants. Who was it? Was that Buddha's lesson? I can't remember. But I can see a beautiful flower outside and think it's the most beautiful thing. I absolutely love everything about it, and I could want to possess it for myself so that I can, just experience the beauty all to myself. But yet, the minute that I go to pick that flower, I've destroyed the flower. It, instantly it is dying from that point. I have cut it off from its source of life, the life force energy. So my love for it has now destroyed it. And now I've also removed it from being able to be experienced by the rest of the world. So love is not possession. If you truly love something, you're not going to pick it and hold it and have to, it has to be yours and only yours. And that's the thing that we have learned the most with these twin flame relationships, is that love continues to exist even without possession. That's the part that drives us nuts usually, is that we usually want to not have feelings or emotions or whatever for this other person. We want to forget that that other person exists. When they are not choosing us, when they're going and doing their life, and we're not in that harmonious union, we don't even want to have to focus on that. We don't want. Yes. But the love is there. The fact that it doesn't go away is our proof that the love stays, regardless of the possession, regardless of how far apart you are or how long it's been since you've talked or whatever your current connection is. The love is what maintains the connection. And so that's the lesson that we're all learning through this twin flame mission, is just there's a different way to love. There's a different way to be in relationships. And that's what I mean, I think that that's what we've all been working through with all of the energy shifts that's been happening. All right, so I'm going to close it out there. This is good. This is good. Yeah. All right. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Again, check out that other video that I did where I'm talking about the new focus groups that I'm doing. I've got Jenn's Inner Circle. So this is for spiritual path guidance. I'm going to do a monthly live session with this group. And then I'm also doing the zodiac readings. You will get that as part of this group. And then the other group focus that I've got is Twin Sisters. This is for Divine Feminines. And so this is kind of, just for this to have turned into a twin flame reading, it's appropriate. Most of the readings, the private readings that I do, tend to be for twin flame situations. So if that is a way that you'd like to connect, all of that information is going to be down in the description box. I do offer private readings as well. I've got different ways that you can do that now. So you can either connect with me live through a Zoom session. We can do a pre-recorded video, or I can do a written message for you. There's different options for you. So all of that is down in the description box below. Plus, I've got the other video where I explain it all for you if you need more guidance as to how all of this works. All right. Have an amazing rest of your day and an amazing week. I'll see you later.